Tidewater here and has done an outstanding job filling in at second, short, third base. He also can play the outfield. An excellent base runner, Keith Miller. Next, a couple of the guys that are going to be helping me with the pitching segment of this cutting. We have a left-hander, setup man in the bullpen, Gene Walker. We had to get a right-hander to go along with him, so we have our right-hand closer out of the bullpen. Somebody you're all familiar with, Roger McDowell. Out there in center field, and occasionally you'll see him streaking around the bases. Probably the fastest guy in baseball, first of all, Mookie Wilson. That's all of the instructors we're going to have here today. First segment. Bill Robinson, our outstanding hitting instructor, is going to take care of that for us. Bill has done a great job here with the METS. Anytime anybody gets any kind of a problem, the guy that goes Bill. Thank you, Bill. If I may, here we'll have Keith Miller. Keith. We'll have Keith Miller some of you back here will get a little better vantage point somewhere over here. We're also going to do a brief fine step to make you a good hitter. Basic thing as a hitter, what you never want to do is, first of all, is to lunge. You know all these people what a lunge is. A lunge is jumping at the ball. Secondly, uppercut. You'll just uppercut. See how his bat is swinging under the ball. And third is pulling off the ball. In other words, striding and falling back toward either your left-hander first base and your right-hander third base. These are some of the things that we're going to show you that will help you eliminate lunging, uppercutting, and pulling off the ball.
Hey, for the ice cream.
First of all,
hey, throw it in. Throw it up.
You want to have your feet and shoulders width with your knees bent just slightly. And just a little bit of weight on your back leg. Because if you have a good proper stance, it'll help you with the stride, it'll help you with the swing. Also, your bat position is very, very important. Now, everyone holds your bat differently, but I suggest that you want to sort of hold your bat perpendicular to the ground or tilt the club head back just a little bit when you get there. Because you want to be short and quick when you swing to the strike zone. If you wrap your bat around your head too much, in order to swing, your club head of the bat must go from here to here and then swing. So from here to here, that's all wasted motion. Or if you hold your bat sort of this way, in front of your face, in order to swing, you must go from here, here, and then swing. But if you hold that bat perpendicular to the ground, now the swing is all in one motion, down and through the baseball. You want to always concentrate on hitting down on the baseball. Next, we want to talk about plate coverage. Now, plate coverage means that you keep going, and I would. Plate coverage means you want to be close enough to home plate and get far enough away to effectively hit every pitch they throw. Stand back towards the plate. Now, if I'm a pitcher and I see a hitter standing this far away from the plate, naturally, where would I pitch him? Outside. He can't touch the outside pitch. Or if he's too close to the plate, now he's vulnerable to the pitch inside.
Hey, ice cream.
Hands back.
Hey, ice
where
cream. Hey, ice
his arm, hold his bat all the way out.
Hey, ice
drop his bat, the club head would fall 2 or 3 inches over the outside part of the home plate. He knows that he can effectively get every pitch that they throw. So all of you young people out there, when you come up to home plate, get in the habit of touching the outside part of home plate with your bat. That will always give you good plate coverage. Okay, that's the basic stance. Also, you might want to consider holding your bat high to the right elbow. High as you like, because that allows you to stay down on top of the ball. If you hold your bat a little too low, it's going to cause you to swing up on the ball.
Hey, ice cream. Hey, Frosty ice cream here.
Okay, let's talk about the basic stride. A stride, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a stride is nothing more than a step. Stride, just want to step with your front foot. Also, when you stride, you should always think about striding toward the pitcher. Always think about striding.
Hey, ice cream.
On the
Hey, Frosty ice cream.
inside part of your front foot. In order to be a good hitter, you want to concentrate on having slow feet and fast hands. If you have fast feet, it's going to make you have faster hands, and it's going to make you lunge, uppercut, or pull off the ball. When I stride too, I only want to stride 6 to 8 inches, always toward the pitcher. So take a few strides, if you will, feet, slow feet. See how nice and easy striding? Also, I want you to notice what happens to his hands when he strides forward. See how his hands go back? If I were going to punch him, would I punch him this way, or would I draw back the punch? That's the same thing as hitting. When you stride forward, your hands must always go back so they're in a good hitting position. And again, not a jump. You must be nice, slow, and smooth in the strike zone. That's why a lot of the guys in the club now are having trouble hitting the ball, because they're all trying to hit home runs. The home run will come with the least expected. You must stride slow and quick with your hands. Okay, let me show you one other thing. Make yourself. Okay, the reason why I had you go like that is most young hitters, when they come up to home plate, they'll grab the bat in their bottom hand anyway. But in their top hand, they'll put the bat, sorry, I can't see so well, but they'll put the bat all the way back here by their thumb. So literally, they'll have these 2 knuckles lined up on the bat. Okay, the reason why I had you go this way for me is those are the 2 knuckles that you want to see lined up on the bat. If you've noticed Keith Hernandez, when he's at home plate, how he's checking. He's always checking to see if he has his knuckles lined up. This will automatically give you better bat speed with less effort than anything else that I can think about. Keep taking a few swings while you have your knuckles lined up. You see how he can pop his wrist, how he can swing the bat? One more time, please. Okay, now line your knuckles up the way most of the people out there would possibly swing. Okay, I don't know if you can notice it, but he's real stiff with his top hand. He can't really pop the bat. Remember, you want to line up your knuckles. Okay, let's take a few swings, if you will, Keith. Now the pressure's kind of on him because he's not loose and he hasn't swung the bat a whole lot. The thing you want to remember about hitting a baseball is you must always hit down on the baseball. When a pitcher throws the ball, the spin of the ball is coming this way. If he's going to start to fly this baseball the same way I would start to fly a golf ball. If you hit a golf ball, you don't hit it straight up in there this way. You hit it this way, it'll take off. And you only do that by hitting down on the ball. Concentrate on getting good back spin. Concentrate on hard line drives and hard ground balls. Not too many people miss those little easy fly balls. But we want to concentrate on hard line drives and hard ground balls. And you only do that by hitting down on the ball. Now again, he's using a baseball bat with a stationary ball, so it's going to be a little tough for him to hit. But just let him take a few swings. And watch how he hits down on the ball.
Ice cream.
See that line drive, base hit?
Ice cream.
Couple more.
Ice cream.
All right, good.
Ice cream.
One more, get it back to the middle. All right, good. That's a pitch in, down the middle. Now if I put this pitch outside, watch how he hit the ball toward the middle, back to the middle, or to right field. There you go, perfect. Let's try one more, the pressure's on, see if we can do it again. All right, good. Those are all good swings and all good base hits. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about the actual swing. Again, Keith has his stance. He knows that his hands can be quick because he has his knuckles lined up. All right? He's going to take a stride, and stop.
Crush the ice cream,
Both
man.
feet, pointed toward the pitcher. Noticing too that when he strides, he's striding on the inside part of his front foot. What would happen if you would stride on your heel? Take your stride and stride on your heel. Okay, now he's off balance, he's going to fall off the ball. Or if he strides and he strides on his toe, he's off balance this way. But now when he strides, he takes his stride, he's always on balance. That means now he's ready to swing the bat. If you're always on balance, I should be able to come behind you and hit you and kick you or do anything, and you're always on balance. That will always help you swing at the ball, or make a good swing at the ball. Remember, and I'm not going to lie to you, that the baseball does hurt when it hits you. But if you always stride towards the pitcher, you will never get hit with the ball. Because there's 4 ways that you can get away from the ball. If a pitch is coming inside to you, you can do 4 things. You can fall back this way, you can fall forward, you can duck, or move your head back. But if you take your stride and you fall back away from the ball, and if the pitcher throws the ball back here, the only thing you can do is fall back, and that's where you get hit. But if you always stride toward the pitcher on the inside part of your front foot, you'll never get hit with the baseball. Okay, let's take a few more swings, Keith. And one other thing I want to just demonstrate that Keith does well. When you stride forward, when you get ready to swing, I want you to concentrate on his back foot. What happens to his back foot when he swings? Take your stride and stop. Hands go back. He's in a good hitting position. Now he's going to swing the bat. Watch his back foot. Watch what happens to his back foot when he swings. You notice how he came on his back toe right here? Most young hitters, or most people that try to pull the ball everything, the first thing they do is they want to spin on their back foot. Take a swing and spin on your back foot, Keith. Just spin on your back foot. Okay? Now that was just a little ground ball to the third baseman, as opposed to taking his swing and dragging that back toe just a tiny bit. Now take a swing and drag your back foot. All right, now that ball came off the bat a little better. It was tough to tell, but the ball came off the bat a little bit better. That's basically what hitting is all about. I know we did it in a condensed form, but you always want to, let's go through the steps again. Feet and shoulders width, knees bent just slightly, a little bit of weight on our back leg. Notice how high he has his bat in the strike zone, because that'll allow him to hit down and through the baseball. Also remember too, you hit a baseball, you never hit the baseball and stop the bat right here. Never hit the baseball and stop the bat right there. I want you to think about when you hit a baseball, you hit it here, 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 and finish it off. That will allow the ball to carry just a little bit further. You never see Darryl taking a swing and stopping the bat right there. He has tremendous bat speed because he swings down and through the baseball. Our stride, when we stride, we always want to stride toward whom? Okay, the pitcher. On the inside part of our front foot, only 6 to 8 inches. Remember, to be a good hitter, you must have slow feet and quick hands. Not fast feet, because that'll give you quicker hands, and that'll make you lunge, uppercut, or pull off the ball. Line up those knuckles. We just demonstrated on how quick it's going to make your bat through the strike zone. These two knuckles right here. Line those up on the bat. Last but not least, we want to swing down as we drive down and through the baseball. And I think above all, ladies and gentlemen, and you younger junior Mets, the biggest thing in order to be a good ball player and a good hitter, it takes a lot of courage to come up here and hit. You must have confidence in yourself. If you feel that you can hit, you can do it. If you don't feel that you can play, then we're sort of all of our time out here. You must always be confident in yourself. Don't throw your bat or your helmet. That didn't get you out, that pitcher did. Get him the next time. If you don't get a hit that day, there's no reason why you can't go out and play good defense. Get him tomorrow. Stay confident in yourself. Thank you very, very much. God bless. At this time, I'd like to introduce, without a doubt, one of the best pitching coaches in all of baseball, a man that I had the pleasure of playing with when we were over on the other team. I won't mention that Yankee team, but when we were with the Yankees, none other than Mel Stottlemyre.
Thanks, Bill. The only problem with that, I'm not supposed to be introduced yet. My segment comes a little later. I'm out here to introduce our infield instructor, and it's something we're very proud of on the Mets. We are #1 in the National League in fielding, and it doesn't come by accident. We work very hard at it. We have some outstanding players, but sometimes you have to put the two together and you come up with a finished product. Sam Palazzo, our third base coach, former infielder, takes care of the infielders and is going to give us some tips here on infield play and fielding instruction. Sammy?
Thanks, Bill. I pay these guys to say all this good things. What we're going to do today is some infield work. We're going to be using Keith Miller as our infielder. Obviously, we have shortstop, second baseman, third baseman, first baseman. But we're going to talk about the basics of fielding that will cover all those positions. You can only field a ground ball so many ways, and that includes all your infielders, no matter what position you play. I think the first thing we'd like to say is, you just heard Bill Robinson talking about hitting. Whenever a hitter is in a they practice hitting a lot. What we do in fielding is go into slumps also. When we're not comfortable in the field, we take a lot of ground balls. So being a good infielder means you practice a lot to get comfortable. And that's what we're going to show you a little bit of things, show you the right way to field. And hopefully, if you go into slump fielding, we'll go into practice and work a little harder. Before we say anything, and before you catch a ball, you need a glove. And choosing a glove is very important. You don't want a giant glove for second base. The second baseman on a baseball glove is usually someone that has to be quick. He takes double plane throws. He has to get rid of the ball quick. And if he has a real big glove, he has a hard time getting rid of the ball. Now, a third baseman can use a little larger glove. The
shortstop's probably going to use one that's just in between that. But basically, you want to use something that's comfortable to you. And that's what's going to help you out. Okay, let's say now we got a glove, we're comfortable with it, and we're out in the field, and we're going to show you the proper stance. First thing we'll do is we need a stance. Keith's going to show you, he's got his feet are shoulder width apart, his knees are going to be bent a little bit, and he's going to reach out with the glove. Now if you'll notice, the glove is out in front of him. Alright, when he's catching a ground ball, he's down, tail end is down, his glove is out front, and his head is up. Okay, when you make a mistake, and you feel with your glove back inside your legs, okay, what happens is, his head goes down because his hands are in. Now, once he moves his hands out, watch his head. Now his head comes up. There's where the ball is out in front of him. That's where we want to be looking. All right? Now we have a stand. Proper position there. And we want to sit and get in a ready position. All right, you'll see infielders do a little preparation before the pitch to get themselves ready to go either way. Keith, what do you do? Okay, you see him doing some backward motion, and then he puts both feet up, and he's ready to go. All right, one more time. He's back, now the pitch is made, and he's on his toes. Shoulder length apart. That's going to help him go either way for a ground ball. Every infielder will do something different. Some infielders like to stand and walk into their spot. But they all do the same thing. Once the pitch comes to home plate, they're on both toes, ready to go left or right. Okay? Now, assuming there's a ground ball hit, and he has to go to his left, he's going to use what we call a crossover step. Show him, Keith, if the ball's hit to your left, how you're going to cross over slowly. Left, right over left. You sit comfortable, right foot over left. Now if he's going to go to his right, he's going to go left over right. Okay. Now we'll get him out to the shortstop. Just out to the field as he really is. I need a first baseman, and someone's going to hit some bungos for us. Please. You lose Keith. I think Keith's always loose. Okay, before we let Mel hit the ground ball, we always try to get in front of the ground ball. At any point we can, we get in front of the ball. If we can, we'll use the backhand. Right now, we're going to try to get in front of every ground ball. And watch Keith's footwork and his throws to first. All right, his tail end was down, his glove was out in front, his head was up, and he made a nice play. Stayed in front of the ball, picked the ball up, didn't panic, and threw the runner out. That's what a good infielder will do. One more time. Okay, now what we want to do is, assuming the ball is not hit directly at us. All right, what we want to do, especially at shortstop, is get as strong a throw as possible. And what we do is circle the ground ball. In other words, Keith's going to round, come into the ball, and throw, be moving in the direction of his throw. That's an awful long throw at shortstop to first base. So you, at all times, try to be moving towards first base when you throw. He's going to get around the ball, take his steps, and throw to first base. One more time on a circle, Keith. Circle the ball, reach out, comes up and throws. Okay, one thing you'll see Keith doing right now, to first base as quick as possible. And the overhand throw is your strongest, straightest throw. Now we can't always do that, especially if we're turning a double play, where you see an infielder across the middle, have to come up, throw underneath. That is normal baseball. But when you get a good ground ball and you come up and throw hard to first base, we like to grip the ball across the seams, like you'll hear Mel talk about in pitching. Come overhand and get a good straight throw. Now Keith will show you one where he drops down sidearm. He'll make a little tough on right in first base because the ball will probably be moving in some fashion like this. Normal grounder, he's going to throw the ball, he gets a little sinking action. A lot of movement makes it a little difficult if the ball is in the dirt to the first baseman. And also it's not quite as strong, it won't get near as fast. Alright, try and throw it overhand from the hole, Keith. That's a good throw right there. It's going to be your best throw, your straightest and strongest. Okay, we need another infielder out there. Luke? We'll work a little bit on some double play. Now the ground ball you just saw Keith doing. The ground ball demonstrates pertain not only to the shortstop, but to the second baseman, third baseman, and first baseman. So we want to get in front of the ball. Okay, what we're going to show now is Keith turning some double play from second base. You're going to be turning here, Keith. Mookie will beat him. Actually, Mookie beats him. No. Okay, there are a couple of different ways, actually 4 different ways we can turn a double play at the second baseman. The first one is to straddle the base. He straddles the base for us. That is what we call straddling second base. Right, Mookie's going to get the ball, throw it to Keith. He's going to straddle the base, and as he throws towards first, he's going to drag his right foot on the bag. How you doing? Show it, Keith. That's his move. That's a straddle. All right, let's try that one. As he straddled the bag, drug his right foot across the bag, made him throw to first. Make sure his body is moving towards first base, just in case the runner is sliding in hard. If he were to hit Keith and his left front leg is bent, he won't get hurt. The only way you're going to get hurt turning that double play in second is if you have a stiff left leg when you're throwing. That locks the knee up. When a runner slides into that, he has no give, and you're going to get hurt. Bend that left front leg, and when a man hits you, he just knocks you out from under you. You end up falling on top of him, he gets hurt, and you dust yourself off, and you come in after you turn a double play. Okay, now we got the straddle. Now we're going to come across the base. We're going to hit the bag with his left foot, come across, and make the throw. Left, right, throw. It's like a little dance step. I know all of us can dance. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. Come across, Keith.
He's
Left
short
foot.
here.
1, 2, 3. He's going to use that move whenever the runner is really bearing down on him and he needs to get out of the way. This one he can get out of the way with the best. One more time. You really get out of the way, Keith. All right. We didn't have a great feed there, Brooke. Okay, that's 2. The next one, stepping straight back towards the second base. Left foot. 1, 2, 3. All right. When we use that one is when the runner thinks that we are going to come across. We just showed you the one where you're going to come across the base. The runner thinks that you're going to come across. Now, instead of coming across, he steps back. The runner slides to the inside part of the base and keeps us out of the way. Okay, now we showed you 3. The other one comes on the back side of the back.
You want a soda?
It's going to go towards the outfield side. The first baseman is going to come in and do this kind of stuff to it. To make it harder for the first baseman to catch it, and it's not a straight, quick throw. All right, try it one more time right. We'll do it the right way, Keith. All right. Now we're going to show you one that's going to be hitting the run to the first baseman. And the ball's going to be up a little bit. Keith is not going to be able to go to the backside because the runner is running to second. He's going to tell Roger, inside. Roger's going to come up, throw the ball to the inside of Keith where he's holding his arm out. Keith is going to bounce on the back, come off, and make the throw. Same thing like a second baseman. 1, 2, 3. Okay, try that one. Roger catches the ball, goes inside, Keith bounces off, makes the return throw to first base. Nice job, Roger. Let's try that one more time because you will see this a lot during a baseball game. Now, when you do that, first thing you do is pick the ball up and go touch first. Bounces off, left foot, gets out by the runner, makes a good strong throw first. Nice job, Roger. Okay, that's pretty much some of the real basic stuff in fielding. There's only one other thing that I'd like to talk about as far as infield play, and we have an outfielder here, a rookie, and an infielder with Keith, and that is what we call pop-up priority. How many times have we seen infielders and outfielders collide during a baseball game? Lack of communication or not knowing the priorities of who has the baseball. Now, Mookie's the center fielder, Keith's the shortstop. When a fly ball goes up to between the infield and the outfielder, this is what you do. Infielders always go to the baseball. Never call the ball unless you are absolutely camped under the baseball. What do I mean by camped under the ball? Keith, show me one where you're going to go back and camp under a ball. Now he has it. There's camped under a ball. Now if he's still moving, he doesn't call the ball. Outfielder has the priority. In other words, if Mookie calls the baseball, no matter where the infielder is, he gets out of the way and gives way to the outfielder. I don't care if Mookie starts from center field, it runs all the way to the infield, it calls for the ball, he has priority, and we clear out the way. So an infielder goes to the ball until he hears the outfielder call for the ball. Once he hears that, he gets out of the way. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
Soda here, soda.
Thank you, Sammy. The next segment, and I'll try not to bore you, I'm only going to cover a few of the points that we work on out here on the mountain. But hopefully there'll be some of the things that maybe you young pitchers are having problems with and can relate to a little bit. Going to have Roger and Gino play catch here, and then while I'm talking, be watching them. They should be playing catch the way that we should play catch. We should be getting our body in a good position to throw each and every pitch. Fire away, guys. Bill said about hitting was to try to square yourself up toward the pitcher. As a pitcher, we want to square ourselves up toward the catcher. And if we don't step toward the catcher, we don't have a chance to throw a strike. One of the biggest problems that we have in pitching is throwing across our body or opening up too much. That's caused by a flying front shoulder. As these guys are playing catch, they should be trying to demonstrate proper throwing techniques. They should be getting a nice turn with their body, getting their legs into the pitch, and squaring themselves up on each and every pitch. You notice that Roger's going through his entire motion there, even while he's playing catch. That way, when he gets on the mound, we don't have any bad habits. They're all good habits, and he's actually pitching while he's playing catch. I'm going to have him go to the mound now, and we're going to talk first about the wind-up position. Millsy, maybe you can be the catcher. One thing about Keith Miller, he can play anywhere. He's going to be our catcher today. He's infielder, outfielder, great base runner. We don't know how he calls the game yet, but he does everything else very well. You notice that Roger's step back is very small. It's not an exaggerated step like this, usually about 6 or 8 inches. He tries to step as straight back as he can so that we don't get any sideward motion. So therefore, we get a good chance to throw right straight at home plate. Roger's throwing the baseball with the width of the seam grip. What I call a two-seam fastball. Your hand is held along the long seams of the baseball. That enables the baseball to move, and in this case, sink. Now after the step back, he takes a nice slow turn and gets all the weight on his back leg. This allows him to drive directly toward home plate. You notice that he stops there. It's a very good drill for all our young pitchers to take our turn and stop, Roger. Right there. He's showing you that he has very good weight balance and he gets everything on his back leg. Now the stride is very important. Roger strides directly toward home plate. And one of the things that we do as a pitcher when we're warming up, we draw a straight line with our foot toward home plate, and we check where we hit. If we hit to the right side of that line, we're going to be throwing across our body. If we hit to the left side of that line, we're going to be opening up too much, and it causes us to push the ball. Go ahead and throw across your body, Raj. All right, he's going to purposely throw across his body here. Watch where the step is and watch where the arm position is. One of the things that it does, it drops our arm. And if we drop our arm, we lose that power behind the baseball. Now he's going to open up for you, which is another problem that we have. It makes us push the ball. You see his front shoulder fly out there. These are things we have to watch for during the course of a ball game. They're very important to all you youngsters that are pitchers. Now his stride is probably about 5 to 6 foot, although he shortens it up there a little bit. If we're having with our stride and we're continuously high in the strike zone, we're overstriding the majority of the time. If we want to get the ball down in the strike zone, we have to shorten our stride a little bit to allow our arm to get up on top so we can get out front. You heard Bill talk about getting out front with the bat. We need to get out front with our arm to really drive the ball and have some power on it. Now the last step that I want to talk about from the windup, we've got the pitches. He's going to deliver the ball down in this area here as he would be perhaps if he was 5 pitch. You'll notice right away that Gino throws across his body just a little bit. This is something that he's always done, and it adds to his effectiveness, especially against the left-handed hitter. They don't pick up the ball quite as well. But if you're a youngster, I suggest that you try to drop stride directly at the home plate and try not to throw across your body. It's too late for him to practice, although he has worked on it since he's been a Met. Now the idea of throwing from a stretch position is to be able to hold the base runner close. We have a segment on base running and they'll talk about pitcher's stretch position. We want to be in a comfortable position where we can either go to first base or we can come to home plate. Go ahead and throw in first, you know. Now with this move, we want this to be the same as if we were going to home plate. In other words, we don't want to tip off to the base runner with our head, with movement from the front shoulder, or any foot movement prior to either the delivery to home or the throw to first base. One more throw to first. Good. You'll notice that as he comes up, he actually tries to freeze the base runner with this leg here. Gets himself in a position where he can either go to first or he can deliver the pitch to home. We don't have with us today a catcher, so I'm going to have to try and give you a few catching tips that I picked up through some great pitchers that I was fortunate enough to pitch to. And sometimes people don't realize in the stands how important it is for a pitcher and catcher to work together. Thanks, Neil. I can get down in a proper catching position and just tell you a few of the reasons why we do certain things. You see, I have oversized catcher gloves. But the idea of this catcher's glove is to give that pitcher out there a target. As he's delivering the pitch, this is where my glove should be. I should give him a target to throw at all times and shouldn't drop my glove, get ready like this, have any movement until he's ready to deliver the pitch. In other words, I shouldn't have a lot of this, a lot of movement for the pitcher to look at. While we're giving signs, we use the glove to cover the angle from the third base coach. We use simple finger signals. In other words, 1 is a fastball, 2 is a curve, 3 is a slider, and we use that for a changeup, wiggle. Now, it's real easy for people to see this on television with a center field camera, but the other thing we do as a catcher is we have switches. We may use the first sign one inning, next inning use the third sign, next inning the second sign. We may go if there's a man on second, we may switch every pitch. Sometimes you see Gary Carter or one of the catchers going out and talking to the pitchers. They may be changing signals at that particular time. With our throwing, which I'm not very good at from the catcher's position, but I can tell you this, we have to get ourselves in a good throwing position. In other words, after I receive the ball, I have to do the same things that I'm doing as a pitcher, shortstop, outfielder. I've got to get my body in a good throwing position. We've talked a lot about throwing the baseball with the seams. You heard one of the guys earlier talk about throwing the ball across the seams so it can be straight. This is the way that they talk about holding the ball across the seams. There's 4 seams on the baseball. We call it a 4-seam fastball. This is the way you should throw from the shortstop position, second base, outfield, and also as a catcher. You start throwing the ball with the seams. As a catcher, the ball's going to sink into the ground. One of the other things that we have to do as a catcher, talked about getting along with your pitcher, we have to agree on signs. Pitcher usually has the last say-so, but we have to have some idea what he wants to throw in different situations. Pitcher always has the last say. In other words, if the catcher puts down the sign, maybe he puts down a fastball, we want to throw a slider, shakes his head, catcher should go to the slider. We should not ever have arguments out on the field. You should get along with your catcher, and he should try to help his pitcher out as much as possible. If you are a pitcher, and you have problems, someone makes an error, it doesn't happen very often on our ball club, but we never want to show up with any of our other players. The shortstop puts the ball, we want to try to take it out of the hole, take the pressure off of him from making an error, but we don't want to do this. Turn around and stare at him. It's not his fault, he's done the best he could. He didn't field the ball, but he was trying. After all, if we're a pitcher, we control all those things. And as a catcher, you have to help. You're somewhat of a field general in a sense, because you can recognize when the pitcher is upset. If you feel like he's upset, you need to walk out there and try to settle him down. One of the things that we can never do in baseball as a pitcher is do anything with this if we have any other outside sources that are messing with our concentration. Because the next thing that we'll have, we'll be thinking about something, not about getting the hitter out. We'll be in there taking a shower when we had great stuff that day. The last segment that we have to work on, we've talked about hitting, talked about fielding, talked about pitching. We've talked a little bit about catching. I don't know a great deal about it. I only know about the working relationship between a pitcher and a catcher. One of the things that they call them, the two people, is they call them a battery. And I always think of it as this. The battery has 2 posts on it. One is a pitcher, one is a catcher. All of you that drive cars know what happens with a battery with 1 post. It's dead, plain and simple. The last segment we want to talk to you about is base running. And I say that smiling because we've had some difficulty in the base running department with the METS this year. But we are constantly working on it. And surprisingly, we do have some excellent base runners.
Ice cream.
With us today, we have probably the best in baseball. Again, I think he's the fastest guy from first base to home. I think Mookie is going to assist Sam Palazzo, and hopefully we can pass on some base running tips. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. I like to think of base running as one of the most exciting parts of the game that you'll see. Good base runners, taking the extra base, stealing second, stealing third, even stealing home. I think that's one of the most exciting things that you people, the fans, love to see. something you can readily see that is exciting out here. We have Mookie here, who is probably the most exciting base runner we have.
Ice cream.
Probably the fastest. And he loves going out on the bases. But you've heard hitting. So Bill taught us how to hit so we can get on base. Now we'll teach a little bit how to run the bases after we're there. All right, we're going to use Mookie out here. And Keith Miller to assist. Keith is also a very fast infielder. And a very good base runner. Important to all of us. When we talk base running here, we are not talking just to those individuals who can run fast. We're talking about each and every one of you that run the bases. In other words, you don't have to be fast to be a good base runner. Some of our base runners who are not the fastest on the team are some of the best base runners that we have. So this is for all of us here, and not just for those who think they're fast. It just so happens that we have two of the best base runners and two of the fastest one on our team here with us today. Okay, good base running starts really in the dugout. You learn, you watch the pitcher, we know the pitchers move, we study the outfielders, we know what kind of arms they have, we watch the pitcher, or the catcher, we know what kind of arm he has, how fast he can get rid of the ball, and we take all that into effect, and that will make us a better base runner once we get out here. Okay. First thing we're going to do is pretend like we hit a ground ball directly to an infielder, and we're going to run to first base, assuming that we're going to try to beat the throw. Now when we do this, we are not running directly to first base. We are running past first base. So we're looking to find a spot past first base. Then when we get past the bag, we can then slow up or stop. But we don't slow up before the base or once we hit the base. We want to be going full speed through the base and slow up afterwards. So what Mookie's going to do, and Keith, are going to run through the bag. They're going to lean forward like a track runner. As they're crossing the line, you'll see the track runner jump to the finish line. As they hit the finish line, that's what these two guys are going to do when they run to first. Alright, so they're going to run through the bag, lean forward. They're going to touch first base with either foot, and they're going to try to touch the front part of the base. We always touch the base. We had an embarrassment several nights ago where one of our base runners thought he was going to be out, stepped over first base, pitcher dropped the ball covering first, they picked it up, tagged their runner, and he was out. Okay, those are things that are very embarrassing, we want to stay away from. If you're going to run 90 feet or 60 feet, whatever it is in Little League, if you're going to run that distance, the least we can do is touch the base. Okay, Mookie's going to run through the base, lean forward, straight through. Running straight down, hit the front part of the bag, lean forward, see how far he went past the bag before he stopped. That meant he was going full speed when he hit first base. Keith will try that for us now. Straight through, going to hit the front part, lean forward, with either foot. A lot of times when we touch first base and we're leaning forward, anybody needs to get a call from an umpire. Because our upper body is over top of the bag and we beat the throw. Any way we can go at first base, we want to do it. We want to be safe. Now, you've seen us run through the base. Now we're going to make
I'll show you both of them, and we'll get a voice your opinion on which one you think is the right way to do it. Now watch real close. Both runners are going to make a turn at first base. You watch and tell me which one you like. They don't know the wrong way. That's a problem. That's a good sign. There goes Smoke. Straight down, cuts out, cuts back in, makes the turn at first. Now keep it going. He's going down. Graduating to make his turn. Now, give me a show of hands. Who thought Mookie did the right turn? Who thought Keith did the right turn? Very good. Now we're going to both of them show you the right way. What we want to do is not go straight down the line, but just gradually angle out and make the turn on the inside part, so that you can make a good turn towards second base. Now the both will do it and stay at first base. Go ahead. Gradually going down, doesn't make that big loop. You see how he tucked his shoulder and went? Excellent turn. Keith's going to do the same thing. Comes down, inside part, tucks his shoulder and stay down here, Luke. Excellent turn. The reason we don't like the turn is we come down, tuck out, come back in. Too many times, guys will slip, fall down, and it takes more time. First base, we're going to take our lead. The way we take our lead is off the back side of the base. See the back side of the base? Not the front side. The back side and come off of the base. All right, we can take 3 steps. Now, without even looking, Mookie knows he's 3 steps away from the base, but all he is a dive away from the base. Without even looking, he went 3 steps out. He knows all he has to do is fall back, and he's at the base. Now, if he wanted to get a larger lead, possibly stealing, more aggressive lead, he's going to go 3 plus 1. Now, without looking back, he knows he can go 1 step, 1 dive, and he'll be at the base. So 3 steps is the normal lead, 3 steps plus 1, and a step and a dive away. Okay, on the pitch, our players are taught to keep their shoulders square to the infield. What does that mean, Mook? Show us keeping your shoulders square to the infield. All right, on the shuffle, keep your shoulders square. Go ahead and shuffle off on the pitch. Now shuffle, just shuffle. Seam square. Now show him the one where you don't want to do. He's going to show you where you shuffle and turn your shoulders. Now he can get picked off more easily that way because he's got his shoulders facing the second base. The catcher can come up, throw back to first, and Bill has to turn all the way back around to be safe. Okay, so what we're doing here is shuffle and then break towards second base when the ball is in the dirt. We're looking for a ball in the dirt. Look for a ball in the dirt, Bill. See the ball in the dirt, then go. Go. All right. Very good. Bill, you try the same thing. Okay, here's the pitch. In the dirt, go. Now we're going to show you what we do when we steal. Mookie's got his normal lead. He's down. Relax. He's going to use what we call the same thing we did with infield play. He's going to go left over right. He's going to stay low. He's going to accelerate a second and gradually come up. Go ahead, Bill. Left over right. See how low he stayed? Gradually came up. Keep Joe's away where runners make a mistake and they stand straight up when they break. See you stand up? That's what we're going. Make that first step. Alright, you saw us make the turn from home first. Now we're going to show you the exact same turn as we do with our first. No, we're not going to run down a second, turn way out, cut way back in. We're going to angle out gradually and make a turn towards third base. Go ahead, Bill. Nice, gradually angling out, picks up the ball. You see how tight he made that turn? A lot of us, when we don't make a good turn, we end up shaking hands with the shortstop because he's so far out of the infield. All right, very good one, Keith. Good turn. Again, we hit the base with either foot on the inside part, tuck our shoulder, and go. Let me regress just for a second and show you how to get back when they make a pickoff throw. 3 different ways we can get back. One, we can come back with our back to the infield. We always come to the back corner of the base. The back corner of the base. Go ahead, Bill. That's one way. Right foot to the back corner. Now Keith will show you where he ends up with his left foot on the base. Okay, that's 2 of them. The third one we won't show you, but it's a dive. But he also dives to the right hand, comes to the back corner of the base. And he'll come back to the rack. Now, use whichever foot is faster. If that one with your left foot is faster, then use that one. If the one with the right foot is faster, use that one. But use the fastest one. Don't be out, be safe. Okay, let's go to second base, guys. What we're going to show you at second base is our leads off the second. We're going to be on the back side of the bag again, 2 steps back. 1, 2. All right, you will be 2 steps back towards the outfield side so that we can make a good turn towards third. What we're going to try to do is be safe at home on a base hit. And a lot of times you see the runners get thrown out at home, and it's bang, bang. A lot of that can be made up by making good leads at second base and making good turns at third base. You can easily make up a step by taking your proper lead and a proper turn at third. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to shuffle off with a pitch. We're going to keep our shoulders square to the infield, just in case the ball drops in the dirt, or the catcher may come up and try to take it off. Go ahead, Bill. Shuffle off with a pitch. Shoulders are square. Now he comes, the ball's in the dirt. Now keep him do the same thing. It's going to be 2 steps back. He's going to shuffle off with a pitch. They're going to go. Now we'll show you both. Shuffle off and go to square, just in case there's a throw, puts the brakes on, and gets back. He could not do that if he had his shoulders facing towards third base. Watch it. Watch his upper body. See his upper body? Now he has to turn completely around, try to get back to second base. Very good. Okay, now when there's 2 outs, anytime you're the base runner at second base with 2 outs, we are obviously running on any pitch or any ball that's hit. Hits the bag with either foot and makes a real strong turn. You see, he didn't come way out over here and shake hands with everyone sitting in the dugout. Keith will show you the same thing. base return. All right, come on down to third base. What we do at third base, you'll always see our runners take their lead in foul territory. The reason we do that is if the hitter hits the ball and then hits the base runner and you're in foul territory, you're not out. If you take a lead in third and you're on the inside part of the line, you're in fair territory. If he takes his lead in fair territory and the hitter hits the ground ball tag, he's out. So we go in foul territory, take the lead in foul territory, we come down, land on our right foot, ready to go either way, home or back, and then we return in fair territory. And we do that just in case the catcher wants to come up and try to pick us off. We block his vision by coming back into the baseline. So you take the lead in foul, you return in fair territory. That's the way we do it right there. Now, Keith will show you what we do on a suicide squeeze. What we're going to do is wait till the pitcher is just about to deliver the ball, then he's going to break for home. He's going into his stretch, just about ready to deliver, then the runner breaks. We can't break too soon. If we do, there's always a chance that the pitcher can make a throw directly at the hitter. He will not be able to bunt the ball, and we get this runner going to run down and probably an out. Okay, we always tag third base. We'll go real quickly on how we tag. We'll have a fair fly ball and a foul fly ball. One thing you'll realize when I coach third base, the only thing I tell a runner, you're tagging up, you'll tag and go. I do not say, wait till he gets on the bag, and then say go. I leave that up to the runner. All I tell him is, yes, you're tagging. He makes up his mind when he watches the play, when he can go. We might tell him not to leave too soon. But the base runner makes the decision on when to go because we want him to watch the play. So it's a fair fly ball. Center field is going to come back, tag up, and go. Now if the ball's down the left field line, then he's going to tag. Luke's going to come back. He's going to turn the opposite way, and then go. So when the ball's in fair territory, he's going to be looking this way. When it's in foul, he turns around and goes that way. Okay, last thing we're talking about is running through home plate. The runner in second thinks he has a name and tries to slow down here because there's no play on him. And the hitter is thrown out to second base before this man crosses home. He does not count as a run. So what we want to do is run hard through home plate. Let's assume that these guys are at second base. You don't have to go all the way down, guys. We're going to make this move, and they're going to come into home plate, but they're not going to stop until they cross home plate. Go ahead, Keith. The hitter is trying to make a double. Keith is going to go all the way through. Now he stops. Not before he gets home. We'll show you the wrong way to do it now, Bill.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not going to be out. He kicks it out. See, this guy could get tagged out, and he is still not going to score. Thank you, guys. Remember one thing about base running. When in doubt, slide. All the bases, slide. I don't like to see you slide head first. A lot of chances you can get hurt. catcher's got shin guards on, chest protectors, mask, and you dive in with your hands extended, you got a good chance of getting hurt. The only time I would say okay is if a catcher come out here and you block home plate. But anytime a catcher tries to block home plate, don't dive in head first.
Starters.
But if there's any down at all, any plate, in any base, slide. I also don't like sliding into first base. It's better to run to the base, and if you dive in, and it's a high throw, and the first baseman goes up, as long as you can't see him come down with his hands, it's like, so run straight to the base, much faster.
I don't like what you're doing. Let's not play.
That just about concludes our base running and our cleaning. How about a nice round of applause for the instructors? You did a great job. Don't go away. We still have one more thing on diamond vision for you. We thank you very much. I think it's probably been more cooperative for a large group of people than we've had for quite a while. Thank you very much.
Special thanks to the METS team, to our junior Met Club members, and to our sponsor, Farmland Dairies, for making the 1988 Senior Met Instructional Clinic this morning such a great success. We hope you have enjoyed some valuable baseball instruction that will help you someday become Major League.
Baseball tips are important, and since we were once kids ourselves, we know how much you like small grass. And you got some kids here today. We hope you will understand why it will be impossible for us to do that. Hope to see you at the Junior Mets game at all. And who knows, maybe you may be a big
Move back, Brian. Move back. Wave.
Nice meeting you. Same here.
I'll give you pictures whenever I got it.
Okay. Okay, appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right, give me another picture. What's today's date? What's today's date?
I don't know.
June 6th? July 6th,
Let's go.
1988.
Time to go.
This was a 95-degree day. Saying goodbye, we're going to the pool now. Bye. Ghostbusters is on.